Simon here recording a chaos draft. So it's going to be very chaotic. You get 3 random boosters, and every person in the pod gets a random booster, but a different one. So we're going to have 24 different boosters. I've got Betrayers of Kamigawa, I think, and sadly no Umezawa's Jitte. So the problem with the chaos draft, or not problem, but something you have to think about, is that themes like Spirit or Arcane doesn't really work because you're not guaranteed to get anything of that nature. So I'm probably looking to get something very something that's good in almost any deck. Sadly, I don't see anything here really. There's a 3/3 for free. That's probably going to be my pick because most of this card counts Spirit. So here's Spirit Arcane or a Barb's Enchantment, Spirit Arcane, Spirit Arcane. So a 3/3 for free is a very good card in Chaos Draft because the decks often are bad. So I don't see anything better here. So it's going to be a 3/3 for free. The fact it's a Spirit doesn't really matter because it's hard to get other cards. So this is going to be very fun and chaotic. So now we got Ixalan. And then of course we have Colossal Dreadmaw. So Deep-Root Champion is an interesting card. It's the one that gets a counter every time you cast a non-creature spell. It's also Colossal Dreadmaw, which is probably going to be a pretty good pick here. Bright Reprisal I think is very good in this format because the problem with Bright Reprisal in Ixalan was that people could see it coming, but no one can see anything coming in this format. So it's a Chaos Draft. But I'm going to take Colossal Dreadmaw. This card is probably very good in this format because it's going to be slow. It's an unthemed format. And so people are not going to kill you very fast, probably. I mean, there may be some mono red, but Colossal Dreadmaw seems like it's going to be good in green decks. Leaning towards a good green base creatures, and then going to add some removal spells to the mix. Now we got Avacyn Restored, everybody's favorite format. And for those of you who play the format know that Trusted Force is great. This is a mechanic Soulbound that's actually fine even if you don't have other Soulbound, because Soulbound works on any creature. It doesn't need to be another card with Soulbound. Other than that is Deathwind, which was great in Avacyn Restored, but black was a bad color. But Deathwind would be a very good card too. Also Gryff Vanguard is great, but I don't see any reason to take anything else than Trusted Force Mage. The card was very good in Avacyn Restored, and it's probably pretty good here, and it lets me keep the color green. So yeah, Deathwind is also a little bit clunky. It would be good, but Trusted Force Mage is just a 3/3 for free that also gives another creature +1/+1. And the +1/+1 comes with haste. So it's a very good card. Now we have Eldritch Moon. So, what do we have here? I think Drag Under is a pretty solid card. There is nothing great in green here. There's a Wolfkin Bond, which is kind of an awkward aura. It's fine, but nothing special. Borrowed Grace is good if you're going to go wide, but it's going to be hard to go wide. And Grafrat is probably very bad because there is not going to be any other Eldritch Moon packs, so you're not going to get the Midnight Scavengers. Exalted Cultist was good with what was the mechanic? Emerge, but we're not going to see any more Emerge cards. So I'm just going to take Drag Under, be a blue-green. Oh, Modern Masters. Okay, so here we should probably get something very powerful, but it looks like not. Grim Affliction is fine. It gives -2/-2 counters on a creature. There's also Somber Hoverguard, but since we don't have any artifacts, that's probably not great. I think Repeal could be good. It's usually a solid card. It's like another Drag Under. So it can be a green-blue tempo deck with bounce spell and good creatures. Although it's hard to be tempo when you have Colossal Dreadmaw. But Repeal is just generically good card. And now we have Visions. Wow, this is very interesting. This is permanently, right? 2 and green for 1/2, and a land becomes a 2/2. Ooh, and it counts forever. Yeah, I mean, Feral Instinct is fine too. +1/+1 and draw card. Queen Range is mostly a constructed card. But you can probably do some interesting stuff in Limited. But I'm going to take this card. This card looks great. It's just going to create a bunch of 2/2s. We have a lot of free drops, but that's fine. So the problem with green, blue, and chaos draft is you're not going to get the removals. But we have 2 bounce spells. And yeah. We're not locked into blue. We're probably almost surely going to be green, but blue is still up in the air. We're going to be blue. Alright, one of my favorite sets ever is Future Sight. So we have some Mycon. It's an 0-2 for 1 mana that every third turn creates a 1-1. Not good. We have a Dalkin Ethermage. Let's see if we have any wizards. Shaman. Druid. Alright, no wizards. It's a wizard cycling. It also bounces a sliver. So that's not going to come up. Virulent Sliver doesn't work in this format. Logic Knot is a counter spell. So I guess I'm going to just take Logic Knot. It's a fine counter spell. I don't see anything better. I mean, Lucent Limited is fine, but counter spell is probably good in this format. This card has also seen some play in Modern. So yeah. Right. In Shroud. But you can do that in a response to a removal spell. There is a card here which makes me help splash splash black. Also have a 5/5 force. It's a bad version of Colossal Dreadmaw, but yeah, I'm just gonna take another beefy card. Here comes my original pack. I don't expect to wheel much from it. Although I have 2 spirits. Spirit. Shaman. Druid. Alright. We have to check creature types in this format. It's been a wild ride so far. Good thing about the green is that you can sometimes get cards to tap for every color, and then you can splash removals. But yeah. +4/+4 until end of turn if the spirit against trample. That seems like a fine card. I mean, I don't see anything else that's good here. Alright, yeah. +4/+4 for free. It's a Titanic Growth that sometimes gives trample. Sometimes, I mean, I have 2 spirits. And one with the wing could be playable. I'll put it on my sideboard because I expect everyone to draw removal pretty high, and then it's not going to be good. One that draws a card, that seems like okay. It cycles if nothing else. Alchemist's Apprentice. It was a while since I drafted Avacyn Restore. It's been a long time. 5 years. Time flies. Alright. Yeah, this transforms to Warhawk, so no thank you. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Could use some mana accelerant, could use some removal spells, some fight spells, but there's a lot of old sets which didn't have fight spells. This is a sideboard card. Okay. I take it just because it's a cool card, and Francis. So we could easily, if we open a bomb that's not blue or green, we could take it and just ditch these blue cards. We're not locked into we're locked into green, but not blue. Thunderbreak Regent. Speaking of insane cards, it's also Flatten and Draconic Roar, so it's a very good card for. I think I'm just going to take Thunderbreak Regent. That card is just very good, and I don't really have a large reason to be blue. Red-green also offers me better removal options. So we're going to take the Thunderbreak Regent. Dragons of Tarkir. Whiteboard calls all of a sudden. Plague Allies, so it's they skip your draw and you draw, okay. There is Gluttonous Zombie, who's probably very good. 3/3. Fear for 5. Fear is an old mechanic that means that can't be boxed up by artifact creatures and black creatures. I'm gonna take Wood Elves. It ramps me into the 6 drops I have, and yeah, Windrake is fine, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be blue anymore. So if Wood Elf wasn't here, I would take Windrake. But Wood Elves is like a Elvish Rejuvenator that always hits. So I would prefer it to work 2 drop. Alright, another whiteboard. Pretty much nothing here. Fire Elemental, but that's not great. Trained Armadon though. It's another version of Gnarled Mass, and I think it's gonna be good. Cloud Chaser Eagle is pretty good too. Trained Armadon. Alright. Need some cheaper cards and some removal. I'm gonna be red-green. I don't expect to get much mana fixing. Because not every set has good mana fixing, and then you have to hit on the red-green version of it. Alright, we're back, and this is Eternal Masters, I believe. We have Phyrexian Gargantua is an excellent card, 6 mana, 4/4. I mean, lose 2 life and draw 2 cards. But I think we can't put another color in our deck. So Warden of Evo's Isle is a good card, but we have a lot of free drops, and not too many other flyers that are expensive. Seal of Strength is fine, but the problem is that your opponent gets to see it. So I'm going to take Mog Fanatic. I think some people are going to try and play some aggressive decks, and it's not the absolute worst. It deals 1 damage. You can get in for some damage, and we are lacking early drops. So take Mog Fanatic here and steer a little bit closer to being red. And it's a sort of a removal spell, but it looks fine in this deck because we have expensive cards, and Mog Fanatic helps us survive. You can block a creature and then shoot the 1 toughness creature. And the late game looks very nice in this deck. Yeah. Flayer of the Hatebound and Immerwolf. So Immerwolf is a 2/2 that gives all your other wolves and werewolves +1/+1. Do we have any? No. Okay. So, but this card is a 4/2 for 6 that when it dies, it comes back with a counter and it deals that much damage to a creature play. That looks very good. Also Forge Devil, which is a similar card to Mog Fanatic, but yeah, I'm gonna take Flayer of the Hate. I remember this card being very good. Man, it's so sweet to play these old sets again. Dark Ascension was a sweet one. Ooh, Gatstaff Shepherd. Innistrad. This seems to be weird because Core Set followed by Courses. Now it's Dark Ascension followed by Innistrad. But I'm gonna take Gatstaff Shepherd. This card is just insane. It's a 2/2 for 2, which is already good in this format, and we lack a 2-drop. And it becomes a 3/3 Intimidate if no one plays a spell, and that's gonna be insanely good. It's a 3/3 that can only be blocked by artifact creatures and green creatures. And we need a 2-drop, as I just said. So that would have been worked pretty good with Immerwolf, because it means that it doesn't get to transform back. Here we have Isis Surtwa Swine. I remember that card being solid. 5/4 for 5, and Blood Rush is that it gets +5/+4 until end of turn. So I could deal 5 damage on an unblocked creature. Thespian Stage is more a constructed card. Alright, this Chaos Drop seems kind of fun so far, but we'll see how the deck works. I would love to get some more removals, but if I could wield Draconic Roar, oh man. There was also... what wasn't more that was good in the first pack? There was Flatten, but that's kind of hard to play. So there were Draconic Roar and Aerial Bowmaster. Okay, Riot Pike I think is a little too aggressive for this deck. This is 2/1 first strike that has to attack every turn, so I don't really like that. I think I'm going to take Mending Touch, that's a fine sideboard. Or main deck card if we really need it. So now we're going to wheel something hopefully, so it's either Draconic Roar or Aerial Bowmaster. Draconic Roar deals 3 damage, and if you control a dragon, deals 3 damage to the player, and Aerial Bowmasters is a 3/4 reach for 4 mana, but we didn't get any of them. So there's no point in hate drafting in a league. This is a random sideboard card against a super aggressive deck. 1/2 for 1. And you can look at face down creatures. Yeah. Very bad card, but I didn't know that golems could be 1/2, so I always thought golems were very large creatures. So we're a little bit under the gun here in the sense that we only have 13 playables, so we need to pick up 10 playables in the last pack. I mean, we could play 18 lands, but with a card like Wood Elves, I kind of want to play 17 lands. Mending Touch could also be a sideboard card. Alright, wow, this card should not go this late. I'm never going to play Norwood Rangers, so I'm just going to take that and Goblin Digging Team. Sure, if they have some very annoying wall. I never want to play Reclaim, it's just card disadvantage. Goblin Digging Team. Destroys a wall. Dig, 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 die. Okay. Okay. So, removal spells, because we have all the creatures we need. Seal of Strength, maybe. Seal of Strength, also known as Säl of Strength in Sweden. It's a Säl, seal. Very bad job. Ooh. Oof. So it's a 2 to Intimidate. The problem is that it's a double colored, so both red and green creatures can block it, but sometimes they are not playing either of these colors, and it also means that this card becomes a 4/4 Intimidate that can never transform back. And this also pumps up even if it's not flipped, so it's a 3/3 if it hasn't flipped. And maybe we pick up some random wolf. This is sadly a boar and not a wolf. Very aggressive pig though. Yeah. Night Terrors. Doesn't really matter. So removal spells and cheap creatures is on the menu for us. You don't really need pump spells. It's not really what this deck is about. So we get Torment. And oh, this is interesting. So 2 for 2 for 4. And you can discard any number of lands, and then you get to redraw cards and put that many counters on it. That seems sweet. The alternative are a bad removal spell in Sonic Seizures. Basically, it's a lightning bolt that makes you discard a card at random. It's also Arrogant Worm. And we don't have any way to madness it, right? Yeah, this doesn't even discard a card. So Corrosion Restore is an interesting mana rampart, but I think I'll take this card. This looks kind of good. Like if you play this on turn 4 and have a couple of excess lands, you get to loot them all away and it becomes a big card. And sometimes it can be bad, but I think it's worth it. And I think Sonic Seizure is just too bad of a card. It's a red mana lightning bolt that makes you discard a card at random. So now this is Fate Reforged, which has a lot of bombs, but well, this is not one of them. I guess the plant form is very good. So I can shoot in Rugged Highlands, but I'm hopefully going to wheel that card. And I like Whisper of the Wilds. It's a mana rampart. Sadly, it doesn't fix you, but also we have a lot of 4-power creatures, so could be good. Yeah, Bloodfire Enforcers is fine, but we don't have enough spells for that. Gurmag Angler, the Scourge of Modern and Legacy, by the way. White bordered again. And another Gravedigger, which I have to pass. Don't like it. So, there's Tremor, which is an interesting sideboard card. Could be very good, because sometimes people are just going to play this balls to the walls aggro deck. Could also take Revive, but I think Tremor could be a very important sideboard card, so I'm going to take it. I don't think Revive is very good. Alright, Teros. I think this card wasn't good in Teros because there was basically an enchantment based block, but in this set people are going to play their artifacts. I think this card is going to be good. I think people are going to play a lot of artifacts because they're going to have trouble getting enough playables. Flamecost Wheel is just too bad of a card, I think. So yeah. And yeah, we got a little bit host here, but so random pump spell. I don't think this card is good in this format. It was interesting in Shadows over Innistrad because you had ways to put lands in your graveyard and it fed Delirium. So I guess this is just gonna be a Gloam Widow, another 3/3, but hey, Reach is also good. Reach is good, although you can't block creatures without Reach. So this is a weird deck with a lot of 3-drops and not much removal. I think if we can escape from this draft with 2-1, I will be happy. This does not strike me as a very good deck, to be honest. But we have some interesting cards. And Chaos Draft usually means your deck is bad. Because you have a lot of cards that doesn't work together. So just drafting creatures and removals are good, but we don't really have removal. So yeah, just gonna have to cast some random cards and hope to get there. So okay. Because an instant source targets only Sada. You can copy the spell. So it's a pretty good card with Pump. There's also Mogflankis, but we have a little bit too high of a curve for that. Genjur of the Spires. Yes, I'm just gonna take Sada. I mean, maybe we can pick up some other Pump spell. And I think a 3/4 is okay. Can also maybe play this Mending Touch. Doesn't work with Seal of Strength. Right. I think we need a 2-drop. Hash Up Oasis is okay, but this is going to be the only desert probably. So we have 20 playables. And this is going to be the last pack before we start wheeling things. And Alara Reborn. And we have a card for us. Giant Ambush Beetle. It's a gold card. 4/3 haste for 5, and you can force a creature to block it. That's usually pretty good. So yeah, nothing else here. Giant Ambush Beetle. Hopefully we can wheel the red-green dual land from Fatal Forged. Because our mana is a little bit wild. Okay, only card here for us. It's not terrible. Mesmeric Fiend still on the pack too. Wow. But I would prefer not to play this card. Probably gonna play, since we have so many creatures, I think Mending Touch could be good. Also, it combines with Sada. No, we did not. Again, in the same vein, this destroys artifacts, so it could be a cyber card. And nothing. Guardians of Meletis. I don't think we need it, but it could be interesting. If your opponent has Intimidate creature, this is good. Mogflankis could make it in there, maybe. I hit pretty hard. And full art. But this is a phantom, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the Mosscalm. I think we have enough large creatures. And sort by color. 12-7, so I think 9-8 is still good because we have some double red cards. swamp because of the... Oh yeah, we're playing 18 lands because the curve is so high. Is that right though? I mean, we have Whisper of the Wilds and Noodles. Yeah, I think it's fine. Alright. Because we have so many expensive cards, and we also have this Magical Cultivator. Let's play. Or not. Okay, we have round number 1. And this is awkward hand, but we have Thunder Break. Wood Elves helps me hit my expensive cards. Yeah. Borderline, but it's okay. It's a pump spell. Green, black. Okay. One from Infect Lifelink. Is my opponent really gonna infect me out? I guess Infect creatures block pretty good because they put a -/- counter on the opponent. That was one of the cards I was least scared about, I have to admit. So I get one Infect, and now I can block it with the Wood Elves. The main card I want to draw is the Nantuko Cultivator. Then I would like be in good shape. Now I'm a little bit worried because I've been flooding pretty hard. But maybe the Thunderbreak Regent can do the trick. I'm gonna block if my opponent attacks, mainly because of the lifelink. I don't really care about the damage. But... Okay. Swamp Cycling. Twisted Abomination. Okay. Ooh, that was a good draw. Alright. I might as well attack. I guess maybe not because of edict effects. I'm not going to attack because there may be some edicts in the format. There's Innocent Blood, there's probably Diabolic Edicts, Shameless Edict, yeah, million edict effects in old sets. So. Hope my opponent doesn't have a removal spell, but if they do, at least they take 3 damage. Colossal Dreadmaw. In every format. Oh, there's another Intimidate card. Intimidate is a mechanic that means that you want maybe to play some artifact creatures if at all possible. I have to think about that, whether I want to board in the 06 maybe to block Intimidate. I could also just try to raise it. Opponent is stuck on 4 lands and they couldn't kill the Regent, so they probably can't kill the Dreadmaw either then. And now what? 2/2 whenever. This comes after play, researcher for basic land, put the card into battlefield tapped. That's pretty good. But I'm gonna attack here. I don't care about that. I could also Chump Block it. Play this and Forest. And go. Yeah, comes a 2/2. That's great here. I'm gonna Chump Block this thing. I don't want my opponent to get a land. So I could use Unchecked Growth, but I want to save it to deal my opponent damage to the face. So there is that. He didn't have Damnation. Do I want to board in the 06 just to block his free too? I mean, in the long run, my card is going to take over. It's the only way I can block that thing, and I don't have much removal. Yeah, alright, I think I like it. I could board out a land, go down to 17 lands on the draw. That's probably fun. I like going down lands on the draw. Okay, this hand looks sweet. My opponent chooses to play it last, so I guess I got kind of owned by boarding out the land, but that's fine. This hand is pretty good on the play, but the turn 1 Fanatic and Force Mage can suit it up. And then if they trade, I can repair. And Flayer is a nice curve topper, because it's very hard to block this or kill this thing, because it comes back and deals 5 damage to anything. So pick 1, and I have to make sure not to F6 with the Mogg Fanatic in play. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... Ooh, Gloom Widow. Is that better? That probably is better. I don't think Mogg Fanatic in the long run is gonna get past my opponent's thing, so I'm gonna go for a Gloom Widow here. And pair that up, becomes a 4/4. Okay, Swamp Cycle. Alright, this card is interesting. It's a 2 to the can't attack, and they can return it to... Okay. Alright, plan B, I guess. Force Mage it up with the Mogg Fanatic. And I have a 3/3 and a 2/2. So now what? I wonder if my opponent regrets being on the draw. Ooh, that card is good. But it can't block my trusted Force Mage at least. Sadly, damage doesn't go on the stack anymore, or else I could attack with Mogg Fanatic and then finish it off. But they removed that a long time ago. Sadly, I have to pass the turn without a play, but Flayer hopefully can get there. This card ended up being pretty good here. So this can still block, but of course can only block flyers. And the one thing about Forced Worship, if I block, they can bounce Forced Worship after I blocked. So sometimes that's not a good idea. Ooh, 2 for Wither. Alright, so that stops. Wonder how Undying works. Okay, so it's +1/+1 counters, because this hosts Persist, but it doesn't host Undying, I don't think. Yeah. So what I could do is sack Mogg Fanatic, and then Flayer I can pair with Force Mage, but either way, I don't really care if Flayer dies. So I'm just going. And I can't attack with Force Mage into this and then sacrifice Mogg Fanatic to kill it, because then the Force Mage goes back to being a 2/2 and then it dies. So it's not a great plan. Morph, well, that could be anything. I have absolutely zero idea what that could be. Alright, that doesn't do anything right now, but I'm gonna attack here and hopefully there is a card that gives your opponent a bunch of 1/1s, but it's dealt damage, but hopefully that's not what it is. So I'm gonna get the 2 for 1 here. Actually almost even a 3 for 1 if they block, because my creature comes back. But they also can't take 4 forever. So I think Undying works against Wither because it's minus counters, not plus counters. Uh-oh. Okay, that works. But still, I'm gonna get a 2 for 1 here in a sense, because I get to kill this for free. I'm gonna keep the lands in my hand if I draw the non-Tuco thing. I don't know the name. What I could have done is sacrifice Mock Fanatic on this and then pair this, but I really don't want to destroy that. And I don't really need to kill anything. Oh, that's a good card. Alright, so I guess now I was a little bit punched. If I draw the +4/+4, I'll probably win. Oof. That was good. So I get to basically draw 2 cards. And I do this pre-combat in case I draw some pump spell. Alright, that wasn't great. So I guess I attack with this, and I think it's fine to trade this in Mock Fanatic for the Golgari Rot, right? Because then this card can't be blocked. Okay. And sack this on that. Now I'm gonna make this a 3/3 too. So now I have a lot of cards I can attack kind of freely. But if my opponent plays a big blocker, I still can attack with everything, and then I have to make some shunt blocks. Right, so he had enough. Well, if he didn't have a large creature, then of course he was dead. Alright. This hand is scary, but yeah, I'm gonna keep. I have 3 for free, and if I draw red, everything's good with the world. Funny thing is, I may still lose this game horribly, but should probably not F6 with any Mock Fanatic can play. This is a mighty pump spell as well as this. Oops. Curving out here like a madman. No, and maybe not. +5/+4. So monocolored so far, but oops. Hope my opponent doesn't have higher blade. That would be bad, but I could use one of my pumps within that case. And I also hope they don't have Domination. But you can't play around cards in Chaos Draft, come on. Can't play around cards in Chaos Draft. Ooh, Wandering Fumer. See if they can activate that at some point. So I think I'm going to use a pump spell here, just because I want to deal damage, and this is the hardest. I think if my opponent had a removal spell, they would have used it. I just don't see how they could not. And I'm fine dealing 5 damage. I have a lot of things going on. Yeah, it would be nice to have a safe warm blanket to have Mending Touch up too. But so I don't think a removal spell is going to cut it in the end because of this unchecked growth. But 4 mana. Scursed Cultist. That was definitely not going to be good enough. Probably probably wouldn't be good enough even if I didn't have a pump spell. And I can't even get host by Slaughter Pet. So they have to jump block the 3/3, otherwise they're dead. They're still dead, but whatever. Alright, boom. Alright, this is not a good hand. It has 2 5-drops and a pump spell. My opponent did mulligan. I think I'm gonna mulligan 2. This is not good either, but I have a Scry, I have a very good 3-drop, so I kind of wish I kept the first hand. But... Oof, man, if I had one more land, I would keep this card, of course, but no, I can't. I need a land. I need 2 lands, actually. Alright. So, keeping that cover worked. Alright, as for not drawing a land, a 2/2 that transforms is a 3/3 Intimidate is a good deal. See if my opponent has a shock of some kind. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, unsummon, okay. That's fine, it comes back later. Land? Oh, okay. Alright, I am drawing like a god. I'm gonna go with Armor on here. Even though this could transform, this is better if my opponent doesn't have a... If my opponent has a spell, this is better. So I'm gonna make Trusted Force Mage. This doesn't even feel right. This was insane in Avacyn Restored, and it's insane here. So 3/3 that gives +1/+1 to another creature. That's not even remotely fair. Also add to the fact that Avacyn Restored didn't really have any... Has very few removal spells. That was pretty busted. They have a land, but it's probably too late. Start with killing the Force Mage. Innocent Blood would be good. Oh, Deathmark, that's good. Deathmark is good. Card that's not very good is the Cultivator. But I draw, of course, a land, so I'm going to play Shepherd over Cultivator. Because it's strictly better at this point. And with another land, I have an Ambush Beetle. Right. Oh, if they don't have a play, they're probably dead because this becomes 3/3 Intimidate. Okay, they have a play. I understand that you want to play some... You have to play some loose cards, but that seems very loose. It seems very loose. The gameplay is not as fun as the draft, I have to say. It's just random creatures and no synergy. So, with Chaos Draft, I almost always think that the draft is more fun than the gameplay. But... Oh well. Alright. Sadly, it wasn't much of a game, but... Eken, I kind of recognize that. This is a slam dunk keep. Turn 3, Immerwolf, turn 4, Force Mage. Knight of Circe. Oh, there's a 2/2 flying flanking, which is spent, so it's gonna come out. Some point, and then it's gonna be a good attacker. Hard to block too. I need Gloom Widow. Alright, let's make this a little bit smaller so I can actually see my cards. Would have preferred to draw a mountain at some point. So next turn it comes into play. They didn't have a land, I drew another forest, but... Alright. This is probably going to be unblockable for us sometime. Here comes the 2/2 flying, flanking, and haste. Good. Okay, green, white. Double strike flying. Uh-oh. We may be another forest. That's not good. But we have 2 3/3s and a haster coming up. Silver Staff. And maybe we can ambush something with the Ambush Beetle. But this is a scary combo with the green because they have pump spells, so... Could be dead in a couple of turns. Alright, well, I'm not gonna get to ambush something, but I get to fly in play. Haste in play. And this is 10 damage, so... And hopefully they don't have some random thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, I have to sacrifice a creature. I think it's best to sacrifice Ymir Wolf, then I can... because this is going to be a 2-2 no matter what, so I think I like to keep the Force Mage in there. That's good. Good shot block. And Rabid Bite. Okay. Well, it's looking less good now. We're gonna get to play a 5-3, but we need some help. And we could be dead next time. Okay. Not attacking is obviously not a solution. By the way, Wild Servants is not a May, so if you have an artifact of your own, I would advise not to play it unless you absolutely have it. So this is 4 if they don't have anything. If they have no pump spells, we have 2 more turns. But somehow I'm skeptical. Somehow I'm skeptical. Ooh, protection from black. Okay. Ooh, wow. We're 1 damage short of killing them. Well, that was unfortunate. I'm not dead, but I can't attack with the Ambush Beetle. I'm just gonna have to attack with Surtos Swine. I mean the Wild Servants. And use Mending Touch if he blocks. If he doesn't block, well. I think it's better to cast this. Because it's 5 damage no matter what. And I'm gonna block with everything anyway. Not dead yet. Okay, 2 blockers is not good. Yeah, we're dead. Oh well. That was close. It was the Blessed Alliance that saved my opponent there. So, didn't see any artifacts, so I don't want to bring in the artifact destruction card. Guardians of Meletis. No. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything. I'm just gonna have to... I don't know. This is what happens. My opponent had a good deck. Good curve. And Tremor doesn't do anything. Ooh, this hand is kind of cool. I would like to draw something expensive, but... Monk Fanatic can kill the 1/1 double strike. But of course he could morph it for 3 mana, but then... Ooh, wow. Gloombill. Nice. Can't complain about my draws this game. two. I think I have to accept the trade here. I mean, the thing is, the Intimidate is less good because of my opponent's playing green. So even if this could become a 3/3, it will be able to get blocked. So I'm fine with it. I'm not going to use Mending Touch because I want to cast Gloom with it. Okay, so Blessed Alliance could be a thing, but I don't care. Use a Mock Fanatic, it's okay. Oh, okay. Well then. Well, as I said, you can't really play around things in this format because I've seen Blessed Alliance, so it could have just been Blessed Alliance. So I mean, I don't think it was a mistake to attack because I played around Blessed Alliance. If I attack, don't attack with Mock Fanatic and he has Blessed Alliance, it's much worse for me. And I haven't seen this card. This card is very good, by the way. Opponent's deck looks great. Yeah, I think it's worth using Mending Touch here. I needed 3/3 and Mending Touch doesn't do much else good here. So do they attack or do they try to trade? Trade I'm pretty happy about. Oh, Knight of Circe, okay. Gnarled Mass. Alright, I don't want to waste a Certus Swine here, so I'm just going to attack and play another 3/3. I think hard casting Certus Swine could be a very real thing, and yeah, I could attack with both, but I don't know. There's no reason to rush here. This card is mostly scary offensively, it's not a great blocker, so I'm not too scared about that. Pacifism. It's a classic card. Well, drawing a 5-drop wasn't great, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna deal 5, it's just not worth it. But I need lands. Morph could be anything. Ooh. So I could play Certus Swine, but it's pretty attractive to keep to Blood Rush, so sadly morphs aren't artifacts. But yeah, here comes Knight of Circe, but again, I think I can win this race. The morph could be the double striker. I think it's 5 mana to morph up. Wow, my opponent has the answers. Ooh, well, again, not an ambush, but still good. I'm gonna use it just for the lulz. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, now I think it is time to attack. And I could use Certus Swine. I think it's worth it. Because Flunkies and be pretty sure I can attack with it next turn. But also dealt 5, but then it's going to be hard to deal the last. My opponent's in a tank. No, no. Okay. Unmorph and attack me for 6. No. I guess they would be close to dead. Attack with all because I don't care if they eat my stupid wood elves. Okay, so I'm probably dead. I just feel it because the way they play means feel like they're holding out for something. Yeah, we're dead. +2/+0 and still a stop strike. Kind of way they played the Champ block kind of suggested that I was dead. Alright, I'm not too unhappy. I think my deck was not the 3-0 deck. Even as far as Chaos drops go, I had too many free drops, too little removals. So I'm fine with 2-1. Thank you for watching. It was just an interesting experience. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch new content.